The Citadel of Akko and the Knight's Halls. This is the entrance to the Citadel of Akko and the Knight's Halls. Tall ficus trees, 150 years old, are located at the entrance in the enchanted garden. The garden was established in the 16th century and used as the king's garden. The garden leads to the eastern entrance to the Citadel and Knight's Halls. On the right is the Ottoman period fortress. Following the defeat of Napoleon, it was built in the 18th century over the ruins of the Crusaders fortress, reaching 12 meters high above the ground. The fortress was later used during the British Mandate as government offices, as a prison and gallows. This is the eastern entrance to the Crusaders' citadel. It leads to the central courtyard, which is seen at the end of the arched walkway. On the right are steps leading to a sunken chamber, 2.5 meters under the adjacent structure. This cellar was identified as a detection chamber and earned the modern name Prisoner's Hall. After entering the reception hall, we come to the largest vaulted space in the Crusaders complex. The Great Hall measures 45 by 30 meters, and its interior is divided by 15 massive piers, which support 20 cross-ribbed vaults. The hall's primary function was that of a hospital ward, reflecting the hospitalities' role as both warriors and caretakers. The vast space allowed the accommodation of a large number of patients, with beds arranged in orderly rows beneath the soaring vaults. During our visit, the hall was occupied by small shops. Across the hall and on the walls are Crusader banners, illustrations, visual effects, and various exhibitions. For the pleasure of the kids and their parents, there were several challenging ancient games. The courtyard spans approximately 1,200 square meters, surrounded by arcaded walkways that once supported stairways leading to the upper floors. Above the courtyard is the north side of the Ottoman British citadel. A 4.5 meter deep well is positioned near the northern side, flanked by a shallow plastered pools used for washing. Along the wall are several columns and pillars, and a relief map of the Crusaders' Ottoman city dated to the 1500 AD. Notice on this map that the harbor is on the east side, while the walls are only on the west side. This is different from what is today, which the whole city is protected by walls all around. On the northwest corner of the fortress is the northwest gate. Inside a corner hall near this gate are latrines. The structure consists of a long hall with continuous stone bench, perforated with evenly spaced round holes, which are seating openings. There are 15 to 20 seating positions. Water was channeled through the system to flush the waste toward the main sewer, which led outside the fortress. The refectorium was the formal dining hall of the hospitaliters. It was not just a place for meals, but also a space for communal discipline. The hall is an impressive vaulted chamber measuring 450 square meters in area. It is divided into 8 cross-ribbed vaults, each 10 meters high. Adjacent to the hall was the kitchen. A narrow underground tunnel links the dining hall to what is commonly referred to as the crypt, a vaulted subterranean chamber. The tunnel, carved through the bedrock and reinforced with stonework, was deliberately built to be extremely narrow, wide enough for only a single person at a time. It connected the fortress to hidden storerooms and armories concealed beneath the church. The tunnel leads along a southern alley to the underground structures beneath the Church of St. John. This Crusaders church was the main place of worship for the Hospitallers in Akko. It was likely a single-nave church with side chapels or aisles, similar in plan to other Hospitaller churches in the Latin East. The Crusaders' church was totally demolished after their retreat, so only the vaults under the church remained. The crypt lies directly beneath the main hall of the church. It is a rectangular barrel and cross-vaulted chamber divided into a series of bays by supporting piers. The vaults are slightly lower than those in the Great Hall, only 3 to 4 meters high, giving the crypt a more enclosed, intimate feel. The crypt has been used for burials of senior Hospitaller brothers, or as well as storage or even secret armories in later phases. Here on the wall is a visual light show of a burial procession. The tombs were of commanders of Acre, pyres, or distinguished knights who died in service. Burial inside the main conventional church was an exceptional honor reserved for the elite of the order. The tomb slabs are set into the floor of the crypt, laid flat rather than standing upright. They are positioned within the central chamber and side bays, marking the burials of prominent Hospitallers who were interred beneath the church. We continue from the crypt back up to the main floor area, and turning from the southern section to the southeastern corner of the Hospitaller complex. Here is a remarkable hall, the so-called Beautiful Hall. It is one of the most striking and best preserved spaces in Crusaders Acre. It is roofed by a series of elegant cross vaults rising to a height of about 7.5 meters, creating a rhythmic and harmonious ceiling pattern that earned the hall its descriptive name. What sets this chamber apart is the remarkable state of preservation. Unlike many other parts of the compound that were damaged, rebuilt, or heavily restored, this hall survives almost entirely in the original 12th century form. The stone walls, robust columns, and vaults all are authentically Crusader in construction. The group known today as the North Halls occupies the northwestern sector of the Crusader complex, directly against the line of the northern city wall and beneath the later British Mandate prison level. These spaces are among the most historically significant parts of the Hospitaller headquarters, as they represent the earliest construction phase of the order in Acre, dating to the early 12th century, shortly after the Hospitallers established themselves in the city. The 6 halls form a single continuous architectural unit, originally conceived as the barracks for the Hospitaller brothers. At nearly 10 meters in height, the chambers were monumental in scale, designed to accommodate large numbers of knights and sergeants in a practical yet imposing manner. Instead of being subdivided into small rooms, the barracks consisted of a vast open space, internally divided only by arch openings that created a rhythm of bays, allowing for both circulation and a sense of shared community life. Rows of bedding or simple wooden platforms would have lined the walls, reflecting the monastic discipline of the order, communal living, modest furnishings, and strict routines.